Hopefully you're getting in your summer reading. What have you been reading lately? Comment down below. In the meantime, we've got 10 Florida-themed books we want to tell you about. What's your favorite kind of book? A mystery, a horror book, maybe an adventure? What about Florida? Well, we've got 10 themed ones we want to tell you about. Florida Roadkill by Tim Dorsey. Honestly, what would you do if you found a suitcase filled with $5 million? Well, take a drug addict, a stripper, and some other unsavories, and let's see what actually is going to happen. In other words, in Tim Dorsey's Florida, everyone's a suspect, and who knows what's going to happen next. Best State Ever. A Florida Man Defends His Homeland by Dave Barry. What the hell is wrong with Florida anyway? That is what a lot of the media asks frequently. Well, Dave Barry has a comical way of explaining to you why he loves this state. Oh, Florida, How America's Weirdest State Influenced the Rest of the Country by Craig Pittman. It's strange but true, but Florida actually influences the rest of the country. Without Florida, there'd be no NASCAR, there'd be no Betty Page pinups, there'd be no stand your ground. I guess you get the point. And his humorous way of letting you know how that came about is hysterical. Florida Man by Mike Barron. Gary Duba's having a bad day. There's a snake in his toilet, a rabid raccoon in the yard, and his girl Crystal's in jail for getting naked at Waffle House and licking the manager. Yeah, it sounds like Florida to me. Check out this hysterical, humorous look at our state. Florida Frenzy by Harry Crews. This is a great collection of essays and 3 short stories that are going to be all about Florida. And not what you might expect, a little bit more comical about the hellraisers in us all, dogfights, gator poaching, and then there's those that take us all just a little too seriously. We Can't Help It If We're From Florida by Shane Hinton. These are stories that are written by a star-studded lineup of current and former Floridians. And they start off with things like lightning, road rage, sleepwalkers, characters that hate Florida, and at least 3 sinkholes. Row Romeo, the true story of serial killer Oscar Ray Bolin by J.T. Hunter. After 3 young women were found to have been abducted and brutally murdered, their killer remained free for years. One day, a Crime Stopper lead came in that changed that forever. Oscar Ray Bolin was arrested for this and spent decades on death row fighting and tying up the legal system. With his charming and handsome personality, this charismatic killer got his way for far too long. Definitely want to give this one a read. A Florida State of Mind, An Unnatural History of Our Weirdest State by James D. Wright. This witty history of our state that's always in the news for everything from alligator attacks to zany crimes, this is going to give you a little backstory for how we went from swampland to suburbia and see what you think. This should be a really good read. Florida Killer by Lewis Grimes. This dark, humorous psychological thriller will have you wondering, would you let this person die if you didn't know if they killed someone? Life was easy and the beaches were awesome. That all changed in a flash when a dog found 2 dead bodies in the backyard. That's when the world went a little crazy. They said he was a serial killer. He swears he's not even killed a bug. Madman, murderer, or victim, you decide. Elvis Ignited by Bob Keeling. Florida in the 1950s was a crazy place. wonderful, full of rock and roll, and the stomping grounds of Elvis Presley. He got a lot of his start right here in the Sunshine State. You thought you knew everything about Elvis? Well, you should give this one a read. So we hope you liked our choices for the 10 Florida-themed books we chose. Well, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments, and we might do some more like this. And thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you'll give these books a read this summer, and peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends.
And hit that bell so you know when we have a new video.